Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Healing From Within. I'm Kerry, and I'm the creator of the Healing From Within community. Thank you for joining me today. I hope everybody's woke up with such a grateful heart this morning and ready to start an amazing day, ready to manifest amazing things into their life. I feel like the way you wake up in the morning makes all the difference. What you choose to put your mind on in the morning when you first wake up is what makes all the difference for an amazing, abundant day. I know for me, sometimes when I wake up, my mind wants to go to the negative, wants to go to the problems, the things that I'm facing, the things that I'm dealing with. But you know what? I choose what I'm going to start my day off with, what I'm going to start my day focusing on. And that is a massive key for if you've dealt or dealing with depression or brokenness in any way, shape or form. What do you choose to put your mind on in the mornings? And so for me, I have something in my life right now which is heartbreaking, which you know, if I allow my mind to go there, I could easily fall back into being down and depressed and broken about it. But I choose in the morning to start the day off being thankful with a grateful heart for the day, for new beginnings, for the life that I have. I start my morning off with all gratitude in my mind, in my heart. You know, I was watching a video by Master Shri, and he was talking about this life being a human game, being like a human game, because I think of it like Avatar. Like he is laying there in his machine, and he comes out as the Avatar. He comes out as one of the blue men, you know, and he gets to live that life, but really it's not real. He's getting to live a life of like a game, choosing what he's going to do, who he's going to interact with, how he's going to live that life each day. But then he comes back into his own body. And that's what Master Shri was talking about. Like he also talks about the movie Ready Player One, where you put on your the VR set, and then they go into another world and they choose who they want to be, what they want to look like, how they want to act, how they're going to play the game today. Are they going to win? Are they going to focus on trying to win in that game? And then they have to come back to reality and then go into the game again. And as he's talking about it, I was really thinking, yeah, actually, you know what? We are from God, from the universe, and we've come to live this human game. So they was him and some others, I was watching another video by somebody else about this, talking about it like it not being real. It's just a game you're playing. So if bad things are happening, it's not really real. And you know what? Actually saying this stuff to my mind and talking to myself about this kind of stuff and thinking about it, it helps to not take everything so personal and to allow the hurt to stay and the brokenness to stay, even if horrible things have happened. For me, I was like, okay, so that didn't really happen. It happened to my body in this realm, but it didn't really happen. You know, it's not really happening the way I think. So what am I going to do today to change that? How am I going to live out this game today to change what's happening, to open new doors, to be successful today? And it's helped me a little bit to think like that, to think about this being like a human game, that every day I wake up and every day I think about how I'm going to win this game. And it is a new concept, isn't it? It's something to think about, especially if you've dealt with a lot of trauma in your life and a lot of brokenness and lots of horrible things have happened. You know, I've gone through my story with you. I don't have to keep going through it. On my different videos, I've shared with you how, you know, I was a very broken human being. I was full of all this past trauma and hurt and gone through a lifetime of traumatic events and different things and terrible things happening, things beyond my control, but maybe I manifested them things in my life. Maybe I chose to have a harder life on this earth to see if I can make it, to see whether I can navigate through it and come out the other side. Who knows? I mean, but it's worth thinking about. If this is a game, like we come from God, we come from universe to play the game for a while, to see if we can win it, to see what we can do, as if like we're playing a game. Like, you know, think about like Mario Kart, you know, in his little car, and he's going through and he's trying to get all the points and he's trying to get all the treasures and he's trying to win each level. You know, it's food for thought, you know. So if that's the way it is, then I'm like, every morning, okay, you know, I'm going to think about, okay, how am I going to win this game of life today? How am I going to make it work today? What am I going to do to change today? So when I wake up, I choose to start each day off with gratitude, thanking God, thanking universe for this day, for this beautiful day, for great and wonderful things, for this life, for breathing, for healing spirit, soul and body, for guidance today to make the right choices. Because you know what, we're in this world and sometimes we don't make the right choices. I know for me, I haven't. I know that if I knew then, back in the future, in the past, sorry, what I know now, maybe I would have made a ton of different decisions. I think of what I could have done to bring a different outcome. Yeah, that would be perfect. That would have been wonderful if I'd made them choices, but I didn't. If I'd done this one thing differently, or this thing right, or learned this years ago, you know, I'd have a different outcome, and so would many of you, and so would I would have for my children, my family. I would have a different outcome, but I didn't. And it's okay. It's a game of life, and you're learning to win, learning to make better decisions, learning to heal, learning to be free, learning to choose differently. So now I've learned from things that I probably made the wrong decision and went a different way and failed and had to get it back up and start again. But if you think about a video game, that's what we do. That's what you do. You know, you might fail a level and then start that level again. Or you take the long way around. Oh my gosh, that's what I feel like I've done in life. Taking the long way around in situations in different areas. When the outcome was right there, the better way was right there, but I went all the way around to there. I can see that in my life lots of times. But I didn't know the answers. I didn't know the way. I didn't even know half the things that I know now is the way forward. So it's okay. It's just a game of life. We make decisions which sometimes take us on the wrong turn, but we come back on if we're open to evolving and to making better decisions. So I feel like the best thing we can do is to start every morning off with fresh, brand new slate, new beginnings. Yesterday is in the past. So if you was depressed and broken yesterday and you spent all day under a blanket feeling like so lost and alone, that was yesterday. You still have a choice today. So every morning when you wake up, you have a choice to start the day off with gratitude. And that is my biggest thing that's changed my life, because The more you think positive, the more you speak out positive, and the gratitude and the grateful heart, the more your brain starts to rewire and change. So the more the depression starts to heal. I promise you that it's true. And if you don't believe me, I challenge you to try it. I challenge you to try it for a month. For a month, every single morning, you wake up and you stop in your tracks. You stop any thought and you speak out all the things you're grateful for. Like, if you're struggling to think about anything, you can come up with some things. For breathing, for life, for children, for a spouse, for a friend, for some family, for a home, for the fresh air, for the food on your plate. Anything you can think of, be grateful, speak it out, speak. So I challenge you, if you struggle with mental health, if you struggle with anxiety and depression, and I'm not saying this from someone who hasn't been there and walked through it and still on a journey, still evolving and changing every single day, learning every single day, new techniques, new methods, new things of helping myself and changing my own life and changing my surroundings. So I challenge you, for 1 month, every single morning, wake up and speak out all the things you can think of to be grateful for, and keep saying them. Don't just say a couple of things and go back to your day. I need you to say them like you mean it, like your life depends upon it. You speak it out like you're trying to convince someone or something. If you really want to convince someone to do something, you want to convince somebody that something's real and you're so passionate and you're like, yeah, but it's real, this is what happened, this is what, and they're not believing you. They're like, oh, you're telling loads of lies, but you're like, want to make them believe, want to make them listen to you. I need you to do that to yourself. Make yourself believe the things you're saying by speaking them out like your life depends upon it, speaking them out like conviction, like you really believe what you're saying. So convince yourself, speak it out. I am grateful for today, for new opportunities. I am grateful today for breath, for life. I am grateful today for my children. I am grateful today for my family. I'm grateful today for my spouse. I'm grateful today for my friends. Anything you can think of. I'm grateful today for a home. I'm grateful today for a roof over my head. Whatever you can think of, say it, speak it out constantly. And then I want you to try and train yourself to keep going over it again. So every time, this is what I found helped for me. Every time my mind started to go a bit negative, I would start saying them over and over and over again in my mind. So even if I'm cleaning the bathroom, which nobody likes to clean the bathroom, but even if I'm cleaning the bathroom, and while I'm cleaning it, I'm starting to think of something negative that's happening, or something negative that's hurt me, or a past trauma or something. And as I'm starting to think about it, straight away, I start saying, but I'm grateful today because great things are happening. I'm grateful today for life. I'm grateful today for abundance. I'm grateful today. And I just start saying them in my mind to try and counterattack it, train myself to be positive. Not every method, I guess, works for everybody, but I'm just sharing what worked for me, and it wasn't a chore, because I soon got used to doing it. I soon got used to stopping myself from feeling like it. Now, I'm not saying don't deal with trauma, because there's a way to deal with things. And Dr. Caroline Leaf, that I talk about all the time, has methods to heal situations, heal hurts, heal brokenness, retrain the brain, but also heal those things, So there's time for everything, but But if you keep going through them all the time, going through the same old cycle, the same old traumas, the same old brokenness, it will stay in your brain forever. You'll never move past it. Like I learned from family members who never got over a bad divorce, never got over being cheated on, because they always like kept speaking about it, even years later, like because of the hurt and pain, and which is valid, because it's one of the most hurtful things to be cheated on, to give your life to somebody for years and years and years, and then them cheat on you. That is something terrible, and I myself have gone through it, so I know what it feels like. But I've seen people get so stuck in it that years later they're still talking about it, and the more you talk about it, the more it stays fresh in your brain. So for me, what's worked for me with that trauma and with so many other traumas is to deal with them, work through them, but then train myself to heal and to be different and to break free from it by training my brain every day. Every time I go negative, go change it to positive. And as I've done that, it's become easier and easier and easier. It didn't happen overnight, but it became easier to the point where it doesn't hurt me anymore, and I don't need to talk about it anymore. The only time I talk about it or bring it up is actually here to help others who have dealt with the same thing, because I want to see people healed and free. But I don't need to even mention any of the past anymore, because it doesn't hurt, doesn't sting, doesn't bring any emotion. And the more I'm realizing, well, listening to these teachings like by Master Sri Kashner and other people, I heard another one today, I can't remember his name at all, but it was a meditation, and again it was about the same thing, about this being like a stimulation, like a game, like this is a human game, to learn to win it, to learn how to get the treasure, to have abundance, to manifest great things, to heal, to be free, to have great relationships, you're learning to have this amazing time. And when you fall a little bit, that's okay, because maybe you just got on a little detour because you didn't really know the way, or your mind wasn't open to seeing the real way. Done that many times. I just went through, I know that there was situations in my life where there was the answer was right there in front of me, but I went round the desert, as they say, to get to the promised land right here. And so, I know I've done it, but I didn't know the answers. I'd not even heard of any of these teachings, not even heard of law of attraction, not heard of awakening and healing, and never heard of energy and energy work, and there's energy around you, what attracts. Never heard of chakras, and never heard of the inward healing journey we need to go on. But once I heard of it, and it started to make perfect sense, once I heard of the brain detox by Dr. Caroline Leaf, I told you on the last video, for me it was the realization that I needed to be open to whatever to heal. I needed to realize that my way hadn't worked, because I was still stuck in depression, still stuck in trauma and brokenness and past stuff, and I personally on my own couldn't figure it out and couldn't find a way to heal. So if I'd not been open to new ideas and new ways, and open to just trying these things and saying, let's try them to see whether they work. If I'd not been open, then I'd be still stuck, laying under a blanket, crying all the time, taking some of the medication the doctor had given me, like codeine and stuff for the aches and pains, with a glass of wine, and just laying under the blanket all day and just crying about my my horrible divorce and being cheated on. I'm crying about abuse, crying about the past and the brokenness and the hurt. I'd be stuck there still if I would not been open to just trying these things. So I'm challenging you to try. So I want you to try the gratitude thing every morning. Give it a month and do it like you mean it, like you really mean what you're saying. And then every day, all the way through the day, every time your mind goes to that negative place, quickly try and switch it. Quickly try and change your thoughts to all the positive things in your life, so that you can focus on the good things instead of the bad things, even if it's just one or two things. And then I told you all the things. What worked for me is the speaking the positive affirmations. I write them down. Sometimes it's been hard for me to say them, to look in the mirror and say them and really believe them, like you were beautiful, you were strong, you were confident, them kind of things to speak over myself. So I write them down if I struggle. But it really helps to be able to say them, look in the mirror and say them, but I write them down every day. So, these are things which has worked for me. So that's what I'm sharing with you, things which has worked for me. And maybe I'm watching one podcast a morning, and then in the car, just listen to another one. Listen to some from Jay Shetty and Lewis Howes and Dr. Caroline Leaf and Jodie Spence, and there's so many of them out there, and I'm discovering more all the time. So my list of them is lots. There's a lady that I've just started listening to, an English lady called Lisa. I can't remember her last name, but I'll get because there's so many of them that I enjoy listening to. So when I can, I'll listen to, or obviously I'll put them on in the car or whatever. But listen to one a day, get out for walks in nature. If you like photography, take some photos of nature. See the world through a lens of a camera. When I started doing that, I was looking at my pictures. I look at them all the time. I actually have a Facebook page that I just upload a lot of my pictures. There's lots and lots and lots of folders of different, some of nature, some of just different things I capture in life, called Captivating Youth Photography. It's just a page. It's not anything that I really do anything with it, but I just like photography and I like the arts. So I have my Beautiful Creations website and Facebook page, and I go to vending shows because I love to draw, paint, do artwork, make all this jewelry, and then I just go along and see all the beautiful art that people make, and it just changes my brain to being positive, being happy, seeing the world as a better place. I love to walk on the beach. I love sunrise on the beach and sunset on the beach. Love to watch that. Love to go out on the beach and go with my Sky app. I don't know if you got that Sky app, but it will show you where the planets are and where the space station is, and you can follow it, or you can look where all the different stars are named different things. You can look at them all through the Sky app. Love it when there's big full moon and you can see it over the ocean. It's beautiful. But I love nature. I love the arts. So find some passions and just go do them. Listen, if this is a human game and it's not real, it's just the game that you're playing right now until you leave, why not try and make it work and make it happy and make it abundant and change that brain from being negative to positive, from being broken to healing, from being depressed and having anxiety to being free and abundant, from being broke and in poverty like I was, and homeless like I was, to being abundant and having it all, because it's a game that you and me are playing. So let's make it brilliant. I love the concept. sometimes I think to myself, even if some of this isn't real, although I am starting to really believe it is because of what I'm experiencing now, but at first it was like, is it all real? But it's worth a try. So, even if you think like I used to, then I am challenging you right now to take a chance. Take a chance that it's real, that this isn't reality, that this isn't real. It's a game that you're playing like Monopoly. It's a game you're playing like the game of life. Like you're in the Ready Player One, like you're in the stimulation, like you've got a VR set on, like you're like the avatar in his little contraption, and he's in there and he's out in a different body playing the game. Take a chance that this stuff is real. And as I've been taking a chance and just believing and just diving in and saying, okay, I'm open. Okay, I'm here. I'm open to healing spirit, soul, and body. I'm open to this all being real, and I'm ready and willing to do this everyday gratitude journal, every day speaking out the positive affirmations, writing down a vision board, doing some photography out in nature, taking walks in nature, going to see the sunrise and the sunset, and going out under the moon and speaking positive affirmations out under the full moon. These are things that I've been doing, and they have revolutionized my life, changed my life from being one of the most depressed people you will ever meet, struggling to live out each day, not wanting to live, being so hurt and broken that I didn't think there was any return, to tell you the truth. And I know a lot of people around me didn't think there was any return. I had a neighbor who really would look, she said when I met her, she used to watch me walk to school and back when I took my little one, and with a hood over my head and being so like, she could see that I was a mess and broken. And she said she used to look at me and think, wow, and really worry about me. And I know that I was in that state. So I know that if I can figure out how to heal and move forward and be free and turn my life completely around within a few years, then I know you can. And I'm sure others wouldn't take as long as I did, but as I said, I went round the houses. I took turns in the desert, many probably throughout my life, when the answer was right in front of me, but I kept going the long way because I didn't know the answers. Now I can think, oh, if I'd just done that, I would have got there to the answer. But I went all the way around and kept getting tripped up by rocks and different things. And even now, there's things that are happening in my life. There's things which, could be putting me on the ground again. And actually, I took a little break from here, like I told you on my last one, because I needed to work out how not to let them things trip me up or break me, and hurt me like they was. I needed to learn some new ways of figuring out of when those things happen, when horrible things came, how not to allow them inwardly to affect me and to make me go back downhill again. So I took a break and I did some inward work, and I'm figuring it out, and I'm still figuring it out. But I've realized now that if this is real and this is just a game, then I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it to the best of my ability, and I'm going to work out how to live. And every morning, even though at the moment that situation's not changed, so in the morning when I wake up, I'm like, today is the day that situation is going to change. Today is the day that this situation is healing. Today is the day that things are going to turn around. So when I wake up, I'm like, okay, today is the day I'm figuring it out. And I kept getting mad at myself for not, like I didn't figure it out yesterday. But then I'm like, no, obviously in this game, I didn't find the answer. Maybe I wasn't open, maybe I didn't listen, I didn't figure out the answer, but today I'm going to figure out the answer. So today, this is my day. This is the day this is going to change. And I'm going to figure it out today. So I'm going to spend all day doing these things. Block 1, 2, 3, right? And I write down what's in my mind to do. And I'm just going to figure it out today, because today is going to be a great day and a positive day. So anyway, that's what I wanted to encourage you with today. That's the things I wanted to share with you today. I just want to send blessings, send positivity, and hope that you decide today is your day, that you're going to play this human game to win it, to heal spirit, soul, and body, to turn life around and change it. So sending you all the love in the world. Till next time. Bye.